stand up.
Yeah.
What's up? Like, comment, subscribe.
No, that's for the outro.
This is actually a full-size watermelon. I've just got a huge hand.
Oh, one. Hey guys, I am at Vice. I'm with Conor and James. We're gonna have a session on the board and we're gonna do an interview and we're gonna eat some watermelon. Thanks very much for having me down at Rise Climbing, and you're going to do this interview with me. I guess we can start off by doing some introductions. If you want to tell me a bit about how you started climbing, how you got into it, and how you both met each other.
What's my name? My name's Conor. I'm one of the owners of Rise. I started climbing about 22 years ago, I think. I did an Easter climbing course with geckos, one of the kids' clubs at the castle. It was like a 2-day taster, and then I have climbed ever since.
That 2-day taster really
that
got
was
you.
It. Yeah. So I moved from there, I did straight onto the weekly geckos lesson. Did that for like 4 years-ish, and then started climbing on the castle junior comp squads, and yeah, a long time ago.
Lifetime customer.
Although I nearly failed my test when I went back there recently. I had to redo my waiver. And it's quite hard to explain because they don't give you a harness and a rope to do it. So they're like,
were you?
Well, I did I wasn't leading. No, when I did the waiver, I wasn't going to check boulder only.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah.
So I did the whole thing. And then they were like, well, can you tell me? And you're like, what was it? It was like, well, you've got your belay loop, and they were like, well, where do you tie on? It's like, well, not the belay loop, but what are the two
other
bits
bit
called? Like, do you know the name for that?
Yeah, I know.
How would you say that?
Yeah.
And so, like, if you give me,
trust me, I'm in the industry.
but then they looked at my account and they were like, oh, I guess it looks like you've been here over 900 times, so you're probably all right. But yeah, they were quite. You could see they were very suspicious of me being there. Yeah.
I'm James. I'm one of the owners. I started climbing at Mile End, one of the 3 gyms that was in London at the time we both started climbing. I just started going there with my dad.
Oh, cute.
Climbing ropes.
Nice. Oh, you started on ropes?
Started climbing on ropes.
Everyone started
climbing on ropes back then.
No way.
Bouldering was a sideshow.
Yeah. Bouldering only didn't exist. There was no bouldering only gym in London.
But yeah, maybe when I was like 11, 12, so yeah, similar 22-ish years ago.
Yeah. And how did you guys meet?
Castle, under the wave. I was there with the friends, Conor was there with the friends. Our 2 friends became friends. Then it spread from there.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then we went on a lot of climbing trips.
Yeah.
And then we ended up here.
Nice.
You could cut in some photos from those climbing trips.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of the great one. I'm thinking of the great photo, specifically.
That's the great photo. I'm thinking of all the beds being pushed together.
Yeah, all the beds
4 in a row.
Yeah, wrist, finger, shoulder, knees. Yeah.
What's your board warm up look like?
I normally do like my general like mobility stuff.
Yeah.
Like a little stretching and
Bit
stuff.
of this.
And I just won't get on fingery stuff straight away, and that'll be fine. especially are a big fan of board climbing.
I'm not.
Well, no, you said.
Self-professed.
You
Yeah,
said.
Yeah. It's the wrong angle. It's
Um,
completely the wrong angle. Yeah.
Why do you like the board so much? And when did you start on the board?
I would have gone on the board with geckos, so I would have been 14 or 15 when I started board climbing, I think. Audrey, who used to work at the castle, was a really experienced climber and coach. She took us there and was just like, right, we'll make a climb. At some point you might get to the top of that climb. That probably won't be today. It's going to be pretty hard. And that's what we did. It's not about getting to the top. It's about putting hard moves together with the goal at some point in the future to get to the top. So that really focuses you on the concept of wanting to be able to do the hardest individual move you can, and that also being the goal. And then it's like, well, how can I do the hardest move I can, and then start putting those moves together. Being introduced to climbing or board climbing in that way, where the goal is not necessarily just to get to the top, it's like, how can we do the hardest moves we can do, and then work towards putting those together, kind of changes your relationship with climbing a bit, or that kind of climbing.
And you used to do that loads anyways. Like if you couldn't, like as you're growing, if you couldn't reach something, you just sub something in. So like everything was kind of board climbing. You just like, you can't do that, or you should use this other foot.
Yeah, and I think I guess that's the funny thing, like being a kid as well, starting as a kid, because also mainly the boulders were set for adults, so all the moves were bigger and instead, but as a child often you were taught, your instructor didn't go, oh, you're not tall enough, you can't do it. They'd just be like,
well, figure it out.
Yeah, try this, try that, try harder, jump. That was just like, the process was like, it wasn't like, oh, we'll do something else. It was, well, we'll just do this and you'll either get it or you won't, but we're gonna try and do it. And I guess that's now more something you see still in board climbing, and maybe less something you see generally
commercial.
Commercial boulders.
Like I wouldn't consider myself a board climber. I'm a bit board obsessive for someone who actually never climbs on it, and I'm like a hold collector. I'm like quite a hold obsessive. Where is it? Where are the dirty green ones? Here they are. These ones here are like a weird little screw-on set. I've had that set since I was like 14. It never really got used then, but like I bought it and was like, oh, I'll put it on some ply, and I built like a climbing wall in my bedroom. These are from Hackney Wick before they shut. Zenith from a guy in the States who pours them, or a couple in the States who pours them. These are the newest additions. They're decoys. I think the whole the shapes are really cool. I don't know, there's just loads of stuff on here that like absolutely love. Oh, this is boring content for the viewers. This is for a very. This is for a very niche group. Hasn't got on the wall yet.
Rise has like a little bit of a reputation within London for being like one of the harder London gyms.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a lot of pressure to change the way that you do your setting because of that?
When we opened, we both had a pretty similar vision of what we wanted our climbing to be. We wanted it to be like techie, we wanted it to be rock style. We started off with lots of small holds. We wanted it to be like going outside and trying hard, and Conor was really good on the board, and that was something that we were kind of passionate about. That was the first thing we built our board. And so we wanted it to be like, we wanted it to be climbing. You know, setters and like people who do a bit of climbing will kind of understand that when they're like, oh yeah, it's just good old fashioned climbing. Yeah. And we wanted that. And I think I steered too much into that early on. And then we got a bit of this reputation for being sandbagged, when I wanted us to be stiff. And there's a real fine line between like sandbagging, like looking down on your customers, making things hard on purpose, and being just like robust and honest with ourselves about like, no, climbing is difficult, and like that's fine, and we should have to try hard. But then as soon as you get a reputation for sandbag, then the setters start being like, oh, we've got a set sandbag, and then it goes a bit too far the other way. What I really always wanted was to be interesting throughout. I wanted there to be real engagement in like V1. I wanted that to be good. I wanted it to be like thought-provoking and not just a hard ladder. That's the point of our like V1 competition, which we've done twice now. It's like, yeah, it's cool setting hard stuff, but like let's just strip the whole gym and then dedicate it to like really good, easy climbs. But the difficulty is then like taking that outside the V1 comp. Like, it's cool when the only climbs on the wall are V1s, but then where's all the space for the other stuff? Putting on 24, 25 blocks in a small section of wall, and it not like the V1 not dominating the everything else. So it's a real challenge. I think we've gone a bit too simple. I've definitely got a bit procedural with my easy stuff, which is quite frustrating for me because I've spent so much time like really focusing on it and being like the pinnacle and like the crux of what I was working on. So it's just like a constant thing. I think probably now it's not stiff, but I think maybe the V grades in London have got easier. So comparatively, it probably still looks stiff compared to some other gyms, but I wouldn't say that that's necessarily because our climbing has got harder. I would say that's just because generally V grading in London is sort of doesn't mean that much.
Yeah. You know, I feel like, especially after COVID, suddenly I feel like COVID happened and then I went back to climbing. Yeah. And then everything was a lot easier.
We definitely, like, as setters, your first new set after a lockdown, you'd be like, okay, remember everyone, like no one's pulled on anything for a while, let's be generous.
And then they just kept going with that.
But then I think remember, like after COVID, loads of gyms open. Climbing is getting more and more exposure and more people are coming into climbing, and the setting and the gym is being directed for those people.
Yeah.
And like, we want all climbers to be able to climb X grade by a certain time in their climbing journey, to no longer be beginners.
Yeah.
And the response to that is to make the grading easier, and enough gyms do that commercially in London, then
the grading
changes over time. Yeah. I'm saying like the quiet part out loud.
Yeah.
A little bit. I think maybe climbers don't want to hear that their V4 is not actually a V4. I don't think it means anything either way. I think we just, to be honest with ourselves, the V grades that we have on the wall no longer represent what V grades are on rock. And maybe the more appropriate thing is just to go with a scale. Like hang. Yeah, I love that so much. I think that's great. Like vibe-based grading. It's like, I mean, everywhere you go. So like Jake will have a list where like this is what the chili represent. There will still be grades behind that, but it will just, those chilies take the customer away from that. They abstract it just enough, and that's so good. When people can actually like press with their thumbs on this stuff, I'm just so amazed. Like for me, it's like, and using a little press thumb, it's wild. Get myself into the position. Oh, wild. Where am I going?
Look what you've done, you've broken James.
It's alright.
The other thing that Rise is well known for is the community that it has. You're always doing like community events, and you've got like your Pay What You Can membership, and it all kind of feeds into this really nice space. Like it's like a little family that you guys have got, which is really cute.
Appreciate that.
How do you think you've managed to foster this?
I think if you're there a lot, you have to hear from with your customers and you have to respond to your customers. And like someone asks you a question and you don't have to ask someone else if you can do something. When does, you know, the first person who's like, oh, I don't know, I think I might need to cancel my membership, and you go like, I'd rather you just kept climbing. Can we give you a discount? And like one of us can just decide to give someone a discount. That's fine.
Yeah, I guess we've grown up in climbing walls, essentially. So with the concept of like third space, as it would now be defined, like we've spent a lot of time just in climbing walls, and that becoming the space where you feel comfortable, or the space where you don't need to think about the exams you were doing or the stress from work. And so we want to create a space where when someone walks in, they feel relaxed, they feel welcome, they feel safe, they feel like they belong. And I guess that comes from our own sense of wanting that in the places we climb. Now, obviously, someone can't walk in and you can't.
What do you need us to do? Like, what do you want from us? Like, how can we? You just say yes to people. People are like, oh, I want to do this thing. You're like, oh, cool. Like, how can we help you do that? Yeah, absolutely. Do what you want with the space. Like, make something of it. Like, we'll try and facilitate that.
But as a business, it's also how you operate commercially. So we've always sacrificed money to try and make people feel more welcome, essentially. So, you know, like our coffee, for example, is the same price as when we opened 3 years ago. The cost of our beans has probably gone up 20 or 30% in that time, but we've never passed the cost on to our customer. The reason being, because when we always talk about it, we go, oh, well, the coffee is cheap, but that's really nice for the people who come and climb here. And then you're like, oh, well, should we put the membership price up? Everyone else is, and you're like, but I don't want climbing to be expensive, because the idea of us starting a climbing wall, like obviously, ideally it makes money and it pays us a wage, because we've got, you know, families to feed and support, and we have to survive. But you didn't start out being like, well, I'm opening a climbing wall because I think climbing is the next big growth market and I want to make a load of money. And I want to eventually sell this to a big private equity firm and have a big escape strategy, which plenty of walls do. Like that's the case now for like lots of climbing walls. That's the situation. So I guess if you come into it with that mentality, the reason you're asking whether your customer feels like they like the space isn't necessarily because you care about them liking the space, because you want them to feel happy and safe and comfortable and have an environment like that you want. It's because you want them to keep paying their membership. But that, looking at it like from that perspective, if the answer is always, well, how do I get more money? That's going to direct how the space feels.
People can feel that.
Yeah. So whereas if really you're going, my priority is this person feeling like they belong here and they're comfortable, and like whether they pay me money or not is like,
So by the by.
yeah, that's kind of like the end bit. That's the, oh, okay, great, it's nice you want to give me some money, but my focus isn't making you feel a certain way so you give me the money.
Yeah.
My focus is making you feel a certain way because I want you to genuinely feel like that.
Yeah.
And I think that then there's just small changes in everything. It's not like one thing, it's just how you think of the whole thing is a bit different. I think I'm really out of shape.
Are you still doing your dad's rehab days?
Yeah, knee hab. This week, Tuesday, finger rehab, wrist rehab. Wednesday, knee hab and no hangs. Thursday, a bit of climbing. Friday, actually today, was just meant to be fingers and wrist rehab.
Oh, sorry.
Saturday, no hangs, maybe a bit of climbing.
No, a lot more than
have you got? I think it's really difficult to operate a gym in London as an independent. Your costs are so much higher than outside of London. Your floor rent is going to be higher. Staffing costs will be a little bit higher. Climbing walls aren't massive money makers until you get enough people through the door. And there's this strange condition in London climbing where if you have an independent climbing wall, you can only charge a certain amount of money for an entry. That seems to be like fairly consistent. And if you have a chain climbing wall, you can charge more money for a single entry, and that single entry is a single entry to a single gym that is not going to carry on. So it doesn't entirely make sense. I think if you have a chain gym in London, you can charge a higher membership rate because you're theoretically getting access to a bunch of different gyms. Whether or not you use them all is kind of another question. Do I think that we should charge more? No. Do I think we should charge more? Yes. Do I want to charge more? No. Like, it's becoming something that is maybe like more financially inaccessible, and that's something that we don't necessarily want to be behind.
Yeah, I mean, climbing's expensive now, like really expensive. Part of the problem are chain climbing walls in London all putting up their prices together. If you wait for a gym to put up their prices, you can pretty much guarantee within a week, 2 weeks, the next chain will put up their prices. As a market, London generally doesn't have anyone who challenges that. So outside of London, what the Hangar do is they come in and they undercut everyone, and they provide competition and they bring really cheap membership. In London, no one does that. So what's happened is membership prices have just kind of increased year on year, kind of unchecked. And it's a funny situation where, as James says, like independent walls typically charge less, but if you were in any other product, if it was coffee, like specialty coffee, it should be like more expensive.
If it was a yoga studio, if it was a spinning studio, you would charge more. But it would be a boutique. We would be a boutique.
Yeah. But in climbing in London, you pay more for a chain than you do for not, which is kind of a strange concept, I think.
You're going to flash my project, James?
Definitely not. No chance of that. Struggle to get off the ground, I think. There we go. That's a case in point.
Yeah, that's the move.
That's the move.
That's the move. That's hard.
Do you want to show me how it's done?
I can't. I literally can't. I can't do that move. I found an easier beta. Well, actually, I think it was Josh.
Yeah.
You bump it, and then you come in, through. And then that makes this move harder. But overall, the sequence is easier.
In the sun. Yeah, I guess it's like, can you yard on a shoulder? Yeah, that's much easier to hold.
Yeah, but then the next move is harder. But I think the trade-off is worth it.
Yeah. I think I'm making that trade-off with you every time. Can you do that?
I haven't been able to do it yet.
Yeah. There's more shoulders. Yeah.
Almost held it.
You've got to like push into the left shoulder to like transfer
I need
over.
to come across more.
Yeah.
No.
We'll just hoover it up later. I've already done my hoovering for the day.
You guys didn't own a climbing gym. What would you want to do for that?
That's a big question.
I don't know. I didn't really want to own a climbing gym.
Yeah, I pestered Connor. Connor tried to leave structural engineering, and I said, "Why don't you do this?" And he said, "Yeah, right then."
Yeah, I don't know what I would do. But previously I was a structural engineer, so I did that I went to uni, learned to be a structural engineer, then practiced for 5.5 years before we opened Rise. I'm pretty sure I don't want to be a structural engineer, but when I was deciding on what I wanted to do after that,
you had a weak moment.
well, not that I don't want to, not that at the time I didn't want to open a climbing gym, but just it hadn't even occurred to me as a possibility. But then I never finished the thought of, okay, well, what do I want to do if I'm not a structural engineer?
You were looking at sports management.
Yeah, I guess so.
And I
sports
said, why don't
business.
you don't learn it at uni?
Yeah,
Learn
learn it on the job.
Learn it on the job.
Yeah,
that's what we've done with a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
I would try and go back to setting more. I'm not convinced I'm able to withstand the rigors of setting 4 days a week anymore. You'd like to think that you could stay in the industry to an extent, but I don't know if that's necessarily true. There aren't many people who stay in the industry for a really long time because it doesn't pay very well and it takes a toll on your body. So there aren't many old setters knocking around.
Alex Fry,
and his class.
5 days a week.
Oh God, he's good.
No problem.
Yeah. Let me see. Let's see, done this. That's not allowed. Right. Have you spoken to anyone about board ethics? Are you allowed to
match and stuff?
Match and heels and that kind of thing?
Not really. I mean, I think I've spoken to some people briefly when I was on this board.
Yeah.
Maybe I was speaking to you about it, about how you can't use heel hooks on the
Not
board.
using a heel hook. You heard it here first. Don't give a shit.
Yeah, some people are super lax and some people are like, oh, you're not supposed to use a heel.
I think whatever gets you up to the top of your climb, just do it. Yeah.
Man, so hard.
There's more. All right, there we go. This is the vid. Us falling off. Oh yeah, go on.
That's not allowed.
Who cares? Just get up to the... Go on. Yeah. Right foot up, yeah. Nice, go on.
Oh, mate. Yeah, look at me.
Bad at all. Let's see if we've got some gas for this. Damn, that Conor left with embarrassment.
Can't be seen
Can't
with
be
this
seen
man.
with this guy. Just do the top. You spliced this in, right, Kate?
Yeah, I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yeah,
Favorite UK flag?
say it.
Roadside. It's really good because you can sit in the car while you when you get on the water. Start from the car pretty much. So if you don't like a walk-in.
Robin Hoods, I love.
Favorite award flag?
Anywhere in Font,
Tronico.
anywhere in Ticino, yeah. Anywhere in Cronico.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Oh, that was my favorite flag.
Favorite climb?
My favourite climb.
What's your favourite climb?
Made in Norway. It's a bit of a
I don't want to talk about it.
go on.
I'll do it.
Long-standing project. Yeah. We don't talk about Made in Norway for James.
James.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
Five snack of choice.
Nuts.
Coleslaw.
Coleslaw.
Connor makes these dinners
That it was a
that
whole
are just
thing.
too big always.
There
And
was
you
a lot
always
of
have
coleslaw.
pip and nut, peanut butter tubs just full of food. And the fridge is always just full of these pip and nut tubs, and you just go like, well,
Coleslaw,
put one in the bag just
Yeah.
in case.
Yeah.
What makes you look bad?
Older.
Bouldering. I'd be interested in getting into sport as my joints start to become less robust. But bouldering.
That's the overhang of cave.
Slab.
40-degree overhang, pretty much. Yeah.
Favourite board, not the rise one. Okay, that.
The wave. I mean, including the rise one. That's the business, but
Honourable mention, the Blockfit original barrel was absolutely class.
What is a useless common exercise that climbers do?
I don't do any exercises. Don't know.
you used to. Oh! Picking things up off the floor.
What, your posterior chain?
No, like this, the new school, the unlevel edge, the very depth edge, the new school tech, you know, Tindex. Trigger a few people
A
out
few
there.
of our employees.
Yeah.
You don't think it's useful for like coding?
Probably. Maybe. We've already said that we climb about half an hour. We climb in half-hour
Yeah.
chunks.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we're thinking about how to get better at climbing, it's just do a bit more climbing. I think loads of people could probably do a bit more climbing before they do some more exercises.
Structured climbing,
Like
as in you can do a lot of,
you can get your technique better,
yeah.
and that's probably like 100%.
Yeah.
I'm really struggling with the first move. I stuck it last time.
Which the
The first move.
first move.
Yeah.
All right, go on then. Yeah, go on.
That was better actually.
How much are you pointing the toe before you do the move?
Before, I feel like hardly at all. What a strange question. Oh, that felt better.
You point the toe more.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm gonna break. I'm gonna have a short break.
Yeah.
You put your toe really low on the hold. That's interesting. Nice. Oh, come on. Come on.
Okay.
Nice.
Oi, let's get messy.
Yeah, boy.
God for that.
Nice. A real fist bump. For
Nice.
a real send.
Thank God for that.
You don't have to splice.
Don't worry about editing a send together, Kate. It's all good.
You're good.
You got one.
We're gonna make it very clear that it was all in one go. Okay, so you put your foot lower.
Push the toe. Go on.
I missed the hold that
You got the
time.
distance.
Ah!
Psychological brush.
I'm not getting up there.
Maybe. Yeah, not with that.
Okay, I will get up there.
All right, let's go.
Okay, let's go. Ah!
Yes.
I did the move. Happy with that. I have one last question for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many pull-ups can you do?
Oh.
We're gonna do the pull-up challenge. We're gonna all see how many pull-ups you can do. We're gonna try and do as many as we can to failure to get to the bar. Yeah, let's see who wins. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Come on. Yeah. Ah. I tried though. It's not even slowing down. Come on. Keep going, keep going. Oh! I don't know how long it nearly counts. Thanks very much for having me down, guys. And thank you for your time and your coaching on the board.
Thumbs up, follow.
Come and
Easy climbs.
Easy Climbs, the Rise Climbing Project. Come and check out the gym so that these guys don't have to raise their prices.
Take out a membership, don't come. Yeah, just get like the full price peak. Yeah. Maybe come like once or twice a month or something.
Buy the
maybe.
t-shirts.
Buy the t-shirt.
This t-shirt, that t-shirt.
We don't have that.
Oh no, you can't buy the t-shirts.
Can you buy Kate's t-shirt?
I think that's also discontinued.
No, also discontinued. Don't
Okay.
bother with that.